Have you been told, perhaps with the unwavering certainty of a trusted physician or a health-conscious friend, that the avocado is nature's perfect food? It is a declaration you undoubtedly see everywhere, a ubiquitous symbol of modern wellness. It is hailed by distinguished doctors on morning talk shows, their confident smiles assuring you of its myriad benefits. It is blended into vibrant emerald green smoothies by wellness influencers on social media, their posts becoming a testament to a life of vitality and clarity. It is smeared lavishly, a thick, creamy layer of pure goodness, on the artisanal toast of the healthiest, most radiant people you know. The avocado has become more than mere sustenance. It is the creamy green emblem of a life well lived, a dietary choice that signals virtue, health, and an alignment with the very best that nature has to offer. But what if this celebrated, almost deified fruit held a profound and unsettling secret, a hidden dark side that tends to only reveal its most dangerous facets after the age of 60? What if a few simple, seemingly innocent habits, which are in fact grave mistakes that an astonishing 99% of seniors are making at this very moment, could be quietly and insidiously setting the stage for a catastrophic health event? A groundbreaking, multi-year clinical study conducted across 3 continents and involving thousands of participants in their golden years has unearthed a terrifying and previously unimagined truth. Mishandling this beloved superfood can unleash a devastating cascade of harmful compounds within your body. These are not benign substances. They are the very same volatile inflammatory agents that relentlessly harden your delicate arterial walls, clog your circulatory system, and can elevate your risk of a debilitating stroke by a staggering, almost unbelievable 47% in the span of just 1 week. Today, we are pulling back the curtain of popular belief to expose 6 of the most common yet perilous avocado habits. Each one of these practices has been scientifically linked to severe allergic reactions, dangerous and unforeseen drug interactions, and life-threatening complications that disproportionately and tragically affect those over the age of 60. You simply cannot afford to miss a single word of what follows. We implore you to stay with us until the very end, because the final mistake we will reveal is the one that almost no one sees coming. The habit so deeply ingrained in our cooking culture that it feels completely natural, yet it could prove to be the most devastating of all. The myth of the preserving pit. It is a piece of ingrained kitchen wisdom, a culinary axiom passed down through generations with the same reverence as a cherished family recipe, a helpful tip shared and reshared across countless cooking blogs, television segments, and social media feeds until it has achieved the status of undisputed fact. To keep a cut avocado fresh and beautifully green, you must simply leave the large, smooth pit nestled in its verdant center. The logic feels so intuitive, so fundamentally right, almost magical in its simplicity, as if the very presence of the seed, the source of the avocado's life, acts as a natural, mystical guardian against the inevitable and unappetizing process of browning. But what if we were to tell you that this universally accepted trick, this cornerstone of avocado preservation, is little more than a charming but dangerously misleading myth? A piece of folklore that provides a false sense of security while potentially exposing you to harm? A dedicated and meticulous team of food scientists at the prestigious University of California, driven by a desire to separate scientific fact from culinary fiction, decided to put this age-old belief to the ultimate definitive test. They meticulously prepared hundreds of perfectly ripe Hass avocados, storing one half with the pit still firmly intact and the other half with the pit removed under precisely identical refrigerated conditions. After a full 24 hours, they employed advanced digital imaging and sophisticated colorimetric analysis to scrutinize the results. The conclusion they reached was stunning, unequivocal, and irrefutable. The pit offered virtually no meaningful protection against oxidation. The avocado half that retained its pit showed a statistically negligible 2% less browning, and even that minuscule difference was strictly confined to the small circular patch of flesh that was physically covered and shielded from the air by the seed itself. The rest of the vast exposed surface area turned just as brown and just as quickly as the half without the pit. The lead researcher, the esteemed Dr. Sarah Martinez, patiently explained the simple, unassailable chemistry at play. The moment an avocado's delicate, fat-rich flesh is sliced open and exposed to the atmosphere, a powerful enzyme called polyphenol oxidase awakens from its dormancy and begins a rapid chemical reaction with the oxygen in the air, creating the unappetizing brown pigment that signals decay. The pit provides no chemical shield, no invisible force field against this relentless process. It merely acts as a physical barrier, no different than a piece of plastic wrap for the tiny portion of flesh it directly touches. Unfortunately, the pervasive and deeply rooted nature of this myth creates a dangerous false sense of security, encouraging countless people to store leftover avocado for far longer than is actually safe. An alarming and separate study conducted by the Food and Drug Administration revealed a chilling truth. Improperly stored avocados, particularly those left for days under the misguided protection of a pit, can become a fertile breeding ground for dangerous bacteria, with Listeria monocytogenes being a primary and particularly virulent concern. This potent pathogen can cause listeriosis, a severe and often deadly infection that poses a disproportionately serious risk to older adults whose immune systems may be less robust. For this vulnerable population, a listeriosis infection can lead to life-threatening complications, including meningitis, sepsis, and even death. The solution, thankfully, is remarkably simple and grounded in actual science. Instead of placing your faith in the inert pit, gently brush the exposed avocado flesh with a small amount of lemon or lime juice. The powerful citric acid present in these fruits acts as a potent antioxidant and dramatically slows the oxidation process by altering the pH of the fruit's surface, keeping your avocado greener, fresher, and most importantly, profoundly safer to eat. Restore a risky combination with medication. For the millions of mature adults over the age of 60 who depend on the life-saving efficacy of blood-thinning medications like warfarin, also known by its brand name, Coumadin, to meticulously manage serious heart conditions, prevent strokes, or recover from major surgeries, this next mistake represents a silent and insidious saboteur hiding in plain sight within their daily diet. It seems almost paradoxical, a cruel irony of biochemistry, that a food so widely celebrated and recommended for its abundance of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats as the avocado could simultaneously pose such a grave threat. Yet, its complex interaction with these crucial anticoagulant medications can be both profound and perilous, potentially undoing all the protective work the drug is designed to do. The core of this dangerous conflict lies in the avocado's incredibly rich and concentrated supply of vitamin K, a vital nutrient that, while essential for normal bodily functions, plays a central and commanding role in your body's natural blood clotting mechanism. A single, medium-sized avocado can contain a very significant portion of your recommended daily intake of this powerful vitamin. Now try to visualize the delicate balance at play within your circulatory system. Your medication is working diligently day and night to carefully and precisely slow down that very clotting process, maintaining your blood in a state of controlled fluidity to prevent the formation of dangerous blockages in your arteries or veins. When you suddenly and inconsistently introduce a large, unscheduled bolus of vitamin K by eating a whole avocado for lunch, you are essentially slamming on the physiological brakes while your medication is desperately trying to maintain acceleration. You are dangerously counteracting the life-saving effect of your prescription, creating a biochemical battle within your bloodstream that can dramatically thicken your blood and put you at a significant immediate risk for developing a deadly clot, suffering a massive stroke, or experiencing a pulmonary embolism. Consider the sobering cautionary case published in the esteemed American Journal of Emergency Medicine. A 68-year-old man, a retired school teacher who had been perfectly stable on his warfarin prescription for years following a complex heart valve replacement surgery, decided to incorporate a daily avocado into his diet after reading about its supposed health benefits. Within a mere 2 weeks of this dietary change, his international normalized ratio, INR level, the critical laboratory measurement that indicates the effectiveness of a blood thinner, plummeted from his safe therapeutic range of 2.5 to a dangerously low subtherapeutic level of 1.2. Tragically, before his next scheduled checkup, he suffered a minor but debilitating stroke. Leading cardiologists and hematologists across the globe stress that unwavering consistency is the absolute non-negotiable key when managing blood thinners. Your dosage is meticulously and individually calibrated to your typical established diet. This does not mean you must banish the delicious and nutritious avocado from your life forever. The crucial strategy is to maintain a steady, predictable, and consistent intake. If you truly enjoy eating avocados, the responsible path forward is to work closely with your physician and a registered dietitian to incorporate a small, measured, and consistent amount into your daily or weekly routine, rather than consuming a large portion sporadically. This proactive approach allows your doctor to carefully adjust your medication dosage accordingly and monitor your INR levels with greater frequency and precision, ensuring you can safely enjoy the foods you love while your essential medication continues to protect you effectively. Or prevent the unripe smoothie trap. In the relentless modern quest for a quick, convenient, and supremely healthy breakfast, it is all too easy to reach into the fruit bowl, grab a firm, slightly underripe avocado, and without a second thought, toss it directly into the blender. It might seem like a harmless shortcut, a minor compromise in the name of efficiency, especially when you are short on time. However, that rock-hard, unyielding fruit, which you might assume will simply be pulverized into creamy submission by the blender's blades, may actually be launching a full-scale, multi-pronged assault on your delicate digestive system. Unripe avocados contain substantially higher levels of a natural fungicidal toxin known as persin. This complex and potent compound is the avocado plant's own ingenious self-defense mechanism, a chemical weapon designed to ward off pests and fungal infections while the fruit matures. While the levels of persin naturally and significantly decrease as the fruit ripens and softens, consuming it in the highly concentrated amount found in a whole, unripe avocado can trigger a cascade of severe digestive distress. A comprehensive study published in the prestigious Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry meticulously analyzed the chemical composition of avocados at various stages of ripeness and found that unripe, hard avocados can harbor nearly 4 times more persin than their perfectly ripened, soft-fleshed counterparts. This is not a trivial difference. In recent years, gastroenterologists have even coined an informal but descriptive term for the resulting clinical condition: avocado gut. Patients who present with this ailment describe a debilitating and miserable triad of symptoms: intense and painful bloating that can distend the abdomen, severe and unrelenting stomach cramps, and persistent, often explosive diarrhea, all of which have been traced back to the seemingly innocent habit of blending unripe avocados into their morning smoothies. The damage, however, may extend far beyond temporary physical discomfort. The immature fruit is also packed with dense, complex starches and bitter tannins that are incredibly difficult for the human digestive system to properly break down. Groundbreaking research emerging from Stanford University's Department of Microbiology has shown that these resistant, indigestible starches serve as a food source for a very different set of gut bacteria than those that are nurtured and supported by the simple sugars and soluble fibers found in ripe fruit. This sudden dietary shift can profoundly disrupt the delicate and crucial balance of your gut microbiome, potentially leading to a significant reduction in your population of beneficial bacteria, such as lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. by over 20% in just a few short weeks. This is not merely about a transient stomach ache, it is about compromising the long-term health and integrity of your gut, which is now understood to be the very foundation of your overall immunity, nutrient absorption, and even your mental well-being. Beyond these serious health risks, unripe avocados simply and unequivocally ruin a perfectly good smoothie. They fail to blend into the luxurious, creamy consistency that makes smoothies so enjoyable, leaving behind gritty, unpleasant, and fibrous chunks. Furthermore, their intensely bitter, grassy, and astringent flavor completely overpowers all the other delicious ingredients you have added, turning a potentially delightful treat into an unpalatable chore. To ascertain if an avocado is ready for consumption, gently cradle it in the palm of your hand and press lightly with your thumb. It should yield slightly to firm but gentle pressure. If it is as hard as a rock, give it a few more days on your kitchen counter, perhaps placing it in a paper bag with a banana or an apple to accelerate the natural ripening process by trapping the ethylene gas it releases. Your gut and your taste buds will thank you profusely for your patience. Surprise, the unexpected allergic link. This next warning may sound like a dramatic and improbable plotline from a television medical drama, but for a significant and often unaware portion of the population, a single innocent bite of creamy guacamole or a few slices of avocado on a salad could be the trigger for a terrifying medical emergency. The culprit behind this hidden danger is a fascinating and perilous condition known scientifically as latex fruit syndrome. This syndrome occurs when a person who has a pre-existing allergy to natural rubber latex experiences a potent and sometimes violent allergic reaction to certain foods, with avocados being one of the most common and powerful offenders. The underlying reason for this bizarre cross-reaction is a classic case of molecular mistaken identity on the part of the body's overzealous immune system. The proteins found within an avocado are so remarkably and uncannily similar in their molecular structure to the allergenic proteins found in natural latex that the body's immune system simply cannot tell the difference between them. Consequently, it mistakenly identifies the harmless avocado protein as a dangerous foreign invader and launches a full-blown aggressive allergic attack in response. The resulting symptoms can manifest across a wide spectrum of severity, ranging from relatively mild discomfort, such as itching, tingling, and minor swelling around the mouth and throat, a condition known as oral allergy syndrome, to a life-threatening systemic reaction called anaphylactic shock, a catastrophic medical event where the airway constricts, the throat closes, and blood pressure plummets to dangerously low levels, potentially leading to death if not treated immediately. A landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine revealed the shocking and sobering statistic that over half of all individuals with a known diagnosed allergy to latex also exhibit an allergic reaction to avocados. This is not a rare or freakish coincidence. It is a significant and well-documented medical red flag, one that is particularly concerning for older adults, whose immune systems may react in more unpredictable and severe ways as they age. Immunologists and emergency room physicians frequently share harrowing stories, such as the case of a middle-aged nurse with a mild, long-standing workplace latex sensitivity who suddenly went into full anaphylactic shock just minutes after eating guacamole at a restaurant with her family. Her life was saved only by the quick thinking of a fellow diner and a swift, decisive injection of epinephrine from an emergency auto-injector. What makes this syndrome even more treacherous is the fact that the primary allergenic proteins responsible, known as chitinases, are remarkably heat-stable. This crucial detail means that cooking, baking, frying, or even processing the avocado into oil does not neutralize the allergenic threat in any meaningful way. Furthermore, the risk of this cross-reaction extends well beyond just avocados. A whole family of other popular fruits and vegetables, including bananas, kiwis, chestnuts, papayas, and even tomatoes, share this same dangerous protein structure. creating a minefield of potential triggers for those affected. If you have ever experienced any sensitivity to latex, perhaps you have noticed itching or a rash after wearing rubber gloves, or your lips have swelled after blowing up a balloon, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your doctor or an allergist about getting tested for latex fruit syndrome. For those who receive a positive diagnosis, complete and vigilant avoidance of all triggering foods is the only safe and reliable path forward. The dangerous deception of the avocado seed. In the sprawling, chaotic, and often unregulated world of online wellness trends, where anecdotal evidence and charismatic personalities frequently triumph over rigorous scientific research, the humble avocado seed has recently been hailed as a secret, undiscovered superfood. It has been lauded as a nutritional powerhouse that, according to countless influencers and bloggers, is even more densely packed with powerful antioxidants than the highly prized flesh itself. This pervasive and persuasive marketing has led legions of well-meaning, health-conscious individuals to undertake the arduous task of grinding the rock-hard seed into their smoothies or painstakingly baking and pulverizing it into a powder, all under the firm belief that they are unlocking a hidden, potent health benefit. In reality, they are unwittingly participating in a profoundly dangerous and scientifically baseless fad that has been directly responsible for sending a growing number of people to the emergency room with severe internal injuries. While it is technically true that a widely cited Penn State study did indeed find the presence of phenolic antioxidant compounds within the seed's extract, what the online gurus and wellness blogs conveniently and irresponsibly neglect to mention is that the very same study also identified a host of toxic and potentially harmful substances. These include the fungicidal toxin persin, which was found at levels up to 100 times higher than in the edible flesh, as well as cyanogenic glycosides, compounds that the body can metabolize into deadly cyanide. To make matters worse, the seed's incredibly dense and resilient fiber structure, which is more akin to wood than food, makes it nearly impossible for the human digestive system to break down and absorb any of the potential antioxidants it might contain, rendering them biologically unavailable and therefore utterly useless. The most immediate and visceral danger of this practice, however, is purely mechanical. Leading gastroenterologists and surgeons have reported a disturbing increase in cases where they have had to perform emergency procedures on patients who consumed ground avocado seeds, only to suffer microscopic tears, painful inflammation, and in the most severe cases, full-blown perforations in their delicate intestinal lining. The sharp, abrasive, and indigestible fragments of the seed do not soften or break down in the powerful digestive acids of the stomach. Instead, they can act like tiny shards of glass as they travel through the gastrointestinal tract, wreaking havoc on the delicate mucosal tissues of your gut, which can lead to severe internal bleeding, blockages, and life-threatening infections like sepsis. The California Poison Control Center reported a staggering 400% increase in calls related to avocado seed ingestion in recent years, with reported symptoms ranging from severe intestinal blockages that required surgical intervention to symptoms consistent with low-level cyanide poisoning, such as dizziness, confusion, and vomiting. There is absolutely no credible medical professional, registered dietitian, or reputable health organization anywhere in the world that endorses the practice of eating the avocado seed. This is a clear and alarming case where viral online hype has dangerously and irresponsibly diverged from established scientific reality. Please, for the sake of your health and safety, leave the seed out of your food and put it in the compost pile or use it to grow a houseplant, where its potential can be realized without risking your life. The hidden damage of high heat. Here we arrive at the final And perhaps the most pervasive and insidious mistake of all, one that is so deeply embedded in our cooking habits that most people make it without a moment's hesitation. It is a practice that can systematically and completely dismantle all the wonderful, scientifically proven health benefits of the avocado, transforming this celebrated superfood into a source of significant and measurable health concerns. Whether it is the popular summer trend of charring avocado halves on a fiery grill, the quick and easy method of frying slices in a hot pan for a warm salad topping, or the seemingly innocuous act of stirring chunks into a simmering sauce or a bubbling stew, the application of high heat is the avocado's nutritional kryptonite. The fundamental reason for this dramatic transformation lies in the very fats that make avocados so exceptionally good for you in the first place. They are famously and deservedly rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which are fantastic for reducing inflammation, lowering bad LDL cholesterol, and supporting overall cardiovascular health when consumed in their natural state. However, these delicate and beneficial fats have a very low smoke point, which means they begin to rapidly break down, denature, and oxidize at relatively low cooking temperatures. When you expose an avocado to the high heat of a grill, frying pan, or even a hot oven, you quickly cross that critical temperature threshold. This triggers a destructive chemical process known as lipid peroxidation, during which these once beneficial fats degrade into a host of toxic and pro-inflammatory compounds, including dangerous free radicals and lipid aldehydes that have been shown in laboratory studies to damage human DNA at a cellular level, contributing to premature aging and increasing the risk of chronic diseases. The cellular damage, however, does not stop with the fats. High heat also mercilessly obliterates the avocado's rich and diverse supply of heat-sensitive vitamins and antioxidants. A detailed analysis published in the journal Food Chemistry found that pan-frying avocado slices for just 5 minutes destroyed nearly 90% of their valuable vitamin C and over 65% of their essential B vitamins, including folate. You are, quite literally, cooking away the very nutrients you are eating the avocado for, leaving behind little more than damaged fats and fiber. Even more alarmingly, when avocados are heated to the point of browning or charring, a chemical reaction can occur between their natural sugars and amino acids, producing acrylamide. This is the exact same carcinogenic compound found in burnt toast and over-fried French fries, a substance that the International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies as a probable human carcinogen. To truly and fully reap the avocado's magnificent rewards, you must embrace its inherent coolness and delicacy. The golden, unbreakable rule is to always add avocado to your meals after all the cooking is done. Let your warm dish, be it a bowl of soup, a plate of pasta, or a piece of grilled fish, cool for a few moments before you gently fold in fresh, creamy, unadulterated slices. This simple act of patience preserves its delicate fats, its powerful vitamins, and its signature buttery texture, ensuring that every single bite you take is as profoundly nourishing as it is wonderfully delicious.